he's calling a real estate agent, a buyer's agent.
Hey, Tracy. Tracy, it's Chris Bose. How you doing? Good, good. I'm just calling you back on 120 in Wallingford. I actually just got. I'm not sure if we, if all these documents, if the short sale process had been kind of started before now. Okay. Okay. I'm just curious. Who told you? Who told you that the short sale package was submitted? I mean, it might have been, but.
Well, you know, when it's listed in the MLS, it says, you know, short sale. It says, you know, that it is a short sale.
Okay.
Subject to third-party financing approval.
Okay.
Wait a second, I'm looking in the wrong file.
Which it probably was. I want to make sure because the message I got was that I guess your client is pretty much right on the brink here of, I guess, getting a commitment and.
Well, no. Well, yes and no. My client is already. We're moving forward as if we have received bank approval, which we have not. And I understand that, and I do understand that it does take time. And I'm certainly not trying to be pushy, but my concern is that submitted this offer March 20th.
Okay.
Oh, it's been we submitted it March 19th. So that's fine, and I know it was sent off to the bank.
Well, actually, I'm the one who sent it off
to you,
the bank.
or
right.
whoever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know that the homeowner, Sarah, has accepted it pending approval by you guys.
By the bank, by Countrywide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're third party? I'm confused.
Right. I'm the one that is negotiating with Countrywide and with People's Bank.
Okay.
And actually working on the short sale with them.
Okay. So the reason that I was even just trying to see where we sort of stand is my clients have already made mortgage applications, and I'm sort of looking for like a window because I've been holding off on the appraisal. But I don't want to hold off too much longer because if you guys give us approval that, yes, you're going to do this, I mean, how much time between bank approval and do they
Tell her
need
not to spend a dime on this house.
I'm giving my mortgage people enough time.
Okay. Well, the first thing I would advise is I would definitely advise that, you know, when it comes to the appraisal and inspections, I would say for right now, I wouldn't spend a dime on it. And the reason being is because this is, you know, we're still in the very beginning stages of the short sale process.
All right. Well, we already did our home inspection.
Okay. Well, I just want your client to understand then that, you know, any money that's put into this property.
So they can't get it back.
Right. And that it's, you know, right now, as of today, you know, April 7th, that it's still not a guarantee that they're going to get the house. Just as long as I just want to make sure that's perfectly clear.
We are well aware of that. We're just still
Okay.
waiting on bank approval. Are we that far away from potentially getting bank approval?
Well, I don't know how familiar you are with Countrywide and their rough timeline, but they're usually 3 or 4 months to get an approval. That's typical. That's how it's been. I mean, they've got 60,000 short sales nationwide. Every rep has at least 100 to 200.
Okay.
So plus what
So this was submitted in March, so you're talking about April, May, potentially June.
Yeah, I'd say at least sometime in May.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I said, that's just their typical. It sucks, believe me. You know, I hate to have to, you know, be dealing with a, you know, Countrywide who's completely.
You know what? We're hoping that they are going to accept this, and you know, it's a very very fair offer, and we're hoping that they will accept it. And we're hoping that there's enough leeway with, you know, with the bank that they're able to take this offer, which would be great. They're condominium pretty full, and they know that they're going to have to go into interim housing, and they're fine with that. My concern was that, say you gave me approval, that you got bank approval May 1, are you going to say you need to close by May 15th or May 10th? Is that going to give me enough time to, everything's done except the appraisal.
Oh.
Just want to make sure that I'm giving my clients enough time in the event that we get approval.
Okay, well, just so you know, Countrywide's typical, their guidelines as far as how much time they'll give is that they'll give up to 30 days after the written letter is generated.
Okay, because that's unusual, because most of them don't. Most of them do 10 days, and it's time is of the essence.
Interesting. Yeah, they usually, the majority of them, but now the one catch to that is they'll say, sure, we'll give you 30 days, after the letter is generated. But if you can't close within that 30 days, then either A, you're going to have to pay the per diem interest after that,
Yeah,
or
times of the essence. Yeah.
right, or B, you're going to just have to start all over again.
Mhm.
So, because they're accruing fees every day that they still hold the property.
Mhm.
So.
All right. So right now we're still in preliminary stages, so it doesn't even look like they're even potentially. It doesn't. Does it look like they could potentially get this, or you have no way of knowing?
Well, right now you're talking about that they'll potentially accept it. There's a few things that have to happen first. There's 3 phases of negotiators.
Can you hold on one second?
Sure.
Hello. Right. No, I'm just getting out. I'll be right there. Sorry.
No problem. There's 3 phases of negotiators. So they first have to make sure that all the paperwork is there, filled out correctly, yada yada. They have to then order an appraisal, because that's going to be their guideline for what they will approve or not approve. And then once they order that appraisal, all the documents are there, which is what the first negotiator does. They send it to the second negotiator, who will then basically look at all the offer versus what their appraisal is, and that's when we'll get our idea of, okay, what they're going to accept and what they're not.
Okay.
So
What stage are we at this point?
we're just coming into phase 1 right now.
They haven't even ordered the appraisal.
Not yet.
Oh boy.
So.
Okay.
But this is, it takes, because you got to keep in mind too, it takes usually about, now they're actually running 5 to 7 business days just for the documents from the day that they're faxed, just for the documents to show up on the account.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, and that's just, they're overloaded, so they're behind. It's kind of what we're up against. So,
Okay.
what I can do, Tracy, I have your phone number. What I can do, my pen disappeared here. There it is. I can take down your email address. We utilize a online management system called ManageMyShortSale.com, and what it does is whenever I make updates on the file, it automatically will send an email over to everybody that's involved in.
That would be great. That would be very helpful.
And then that way, you can just have an email chilling in your box saying like what happened and when the next follow-up is.
That's perfect. Okay, my email is Tracy, Tracey,
Okay.
the underscore mark,
Yep.
Daddio, Daddio,
Okay.
at Calcani, CalCagni, .com.
Okay. Because I've got Stu in there, who obviously, as you know, is the listing agent. So.
Listing agent, yeah.
Yep. And then this way, like now, both yourself and Stu, the second there's an update on the file, you guys will get the same exact thing with the follow-up date and everything. So you guys will instantly be in the loop.
That's perfect. I appreciate your help.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Right, you enjoy your day.
I will, and if you obviously you have my number there. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Tracy.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a good call right there. Chris.
Setting expectations.
Yeah, that's right. Chris Bowes right there. What happened on this property? We got a new property in with Countrywide, and that was the buyer's agent.
Yes.
Correct? She obviously didn't get prepped from the listing agent on the whole process and how long it takes.
Which happens far too often.
And this is actually a company that I actually put a presentation on and explained all of that to them.
Right.
It's also on our drip, follow-up drip email campaign. So, well, good job, Chris. You did a great job at explaining exactly what you needed to and setting the proper expectations. And also, obviously, she loved the ManageMyShortSale.com bit there.
Definitely.
To make sure she's in the loop. Fantastic. Job well done, Chris. Off to the next one.
This is my answer to